All right, guys, welcome to the inaugural episode of B.H.O.V podcast. I am indeed James Trules. This is my man, Chase, the one, the only.
Thank you.
The one, the only Chase Little. This is the official B.H.O.V podcast, and it is exclusively on Eastern Sierra now. This is going to be available on all platforms, your Spotify, the Apple Podcast, all that stuff. But the easiest way and how I do it and how everyone should do it is download the Eastern Sierra Now mobile app. That way, whenever we have a new episode, you're going to be notified. It's going to come to you. You can upload it and then check us out. Me and this handsome man that I got to my left.
I'm not. You're the handsome one.
That's right, baby. So then you can use the built-in player and enjoy the Butt Hurt that we're about to bring you. I'm real stoked to be here. We have.
Hi, I'm Jenny Lewis, and I'm Tom.
Wow.
I wasn't even on Instagram. The shit
Wow.
just like kicked in.
This is what our producer does.
Yeah, what a good dude.
Yeah. Big dumb
Make
cups.
it go away. There's like seriously
Mute?
a problem.
There's a mute button.
It was on mute. Anyway, good thing it was right when you were starting to say something. My bad.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yep.
I was like, what the fuck is going on here? This was a porn.
That would have been better, actually.
So we're super stoked to be here on this very first episode. My man Jesse Steele came to me with this great idea because we're such a successful Facebook page. We need to have the show. You need to listen to it. You need to watch us be silly and all that fun stuff. So we're going to go over a couple things first that a lot of people might not get. And spreading the word is how to actually become a member of BHOV. It is really simple on Apple or whatever it is, Facebook. You're going to jump on there. And there's questions that you have to answer. It says on there, the questions, scroll down. Use your finger, scroll down. Please answer them all because my dude Chase,
That's too hard, if you ask me. Like, why can't you just be like, I want to be a part of it and hit submit?
Because there's rules, man. This ain't Nom. This ain't Nom, bro. There has to be rules, and like a lot of that came from what this used to be. So my dude Scott Stoner started this. And it was the absolute Wild West, bro. It was.
I remember.
It was photoshopping, phallic objects in people's mouth. It was raw, and he made this a sample of Butt Hurt Vincentes, I want to say. And like that is still just a burner, bro. Like it's bad. It's super, I mean, I don't know about how you guys feel, but how I feel about things is like Bishop's my hometown. You're born here, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yep, I was born here August 24th, 1978, 5:45 a.m., and I know that because my mom calls me and says, "Happy birthday to you. This is the time my baby boy came out to the world." But anyways,
Wow, she sings you a song like that?
Dude, my mom she's the shit, bro.
Dude, I asked my dad when my birthday was the other day.
Dads are infamous for that, dog.
Dude, he said like June 12th. And I was like, you're not even close.
You were there, dog.
I mean, I hope he was. Yeah, my birthday's July 24th. And he goes, June 12th, easy. And I'm like, every year, because I don't know when his birthday is.
Different kid, Dad.
And then every year, he'll call me on his birthday and say, what you up to today? And I'm like, just another day, probably going to work, more than likely. And he goes, well, it's my birthday, I'm like, okay, when's my birthday? June 12th? You kidding me, dude?
Yeah.
Man, dads are just the worst.
Dads, they're pretty bad. I love my father. He's like a super good dude, but I've received birthday cards on not my birthday as well. And I'm just like, homie, like all you got to do is count backward, count forward from the time you fucking made a full deposit on mom. And then there you go, dog. Like you don't remember that
one time.
You don't remember that special. Yes, my mom is an angel. It was one time. It might even have been immaculate, dude. I don't know, but but anyways, where were we? The rules. So The rules that I've developed, they're real easy rules. I mean,
I think there's only 5, right?
I think I did make 6.
6?
And it's probably going to come up with just another disclaimer for 7, but we'll discuss that. And it's no nudity, no hate speech, no bullying, no fake profiles, and that the third one, the first 2 were obvious. The third one came into effect because people were having fake profiles, and they were posting stuff that you wouldn't say in real life, right? So they were hiding behind a profile.
Keyboard warriors.
Right, and just and like, oh, ha, 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 and ha ha ha, you don't know who I am, and I don't think that's right. I think everybody should be held accountable for their words, because like your word is bond.
Yeah, whether it be online, in person, otherwise, yeah, you should definitely be held accountable for what you say.
You have to. So then the no shit posting thing, like, and it's a really. The rule number 4 is no shit posting, and if you, as my moderator, Chase is my new moderator, guys. I just deemed him moderator today. If it's a shit post, man, there's no questions about it. We'll talk about it amongst ourselves, but if it's a shit post, it's a shit post. Don't come crying to me. Don't message me, because that comes into rule number 6. Don't message me, because we will make it content. 100%, we're gonna make it content if you message me. Most of the time.
So what would you because obviously you've been doing this a lot longer with the actual page itself, what would you qualify as a shit post?
Well, normally it will. Okay, so shit, that was number 4, and that was before number 5. You must use the keywords Butt Hurt. So number 4 was taken care of when it didn't have anything to, there was no traction to it. It was just like a shit post. Like, I think my cat's pretty. Right?
Oh, like somebody using it as like their personal page.
And
basically.
that's why I came up with rule number 5, was because there was so many people who want you. Like, I love likes. I love opening my phone. Hey man, I got 27 notifications, however many likes on my page or a post or whatever it is. We all get that. It's a dopamine release, and man, I chase dopamine like an MFer. But that's why I came up with number 5, is you have to use the keywords Butt Hurt.
Right.
And it's really simple to do. I am or I am not Butt Hurt, and then chop it up.
That being said, I think most of us that do really like this page a lot, we don't want to see pictures of your cat. I mean, let's be honest. Unless it's really ugly. Like if the cat's super ugly, like maybe it's missing an eye or half an ear or something. Maybe it got ran over and it's missing one leg.
Oh, no.
Things like that I want to see, but I don't care about if you have like just a normal cat. Why would I want to see that?
I had a 3-legged cat. It was Amanda's cat, and we called him Kitty 2-1 because he had 2 in the front and 1 in the back. So Kitty 2 in the front, 1 in the back. Kitty 2-1. His name was Jack. Miss you, Jack. But he was a great cat, man. But yeah, I would post pictures of my 3-legged cat, and I hope it got some likes. But you can't do that. We got to keep to the rules, man. You have to use those words, Butt Hurt.
Well, what if someone says, I'm not butt hurt that my cat is so cute, and it's just a regular cat?
It qualifies.
It qualifies. Man, that's a bummer. But don't do it. You guys, don't.
I'm down for kitty posts. He's not. Content's content, man. I love to see animals. But yes, back to the Wild West days, man. There was a lot of really ugly stuff, a lot of racism that came out.
Ooh, that's not fun.
I'm pretty sure a couple people actually left town because of the things. So I figured out who was saying, I believe the quote was gorilla. They were talking about, obviously.
Who's it obvious they were talking about? You tell us.
Well, the African Americans, Chase.
Wow.
They were calling them gorillas. And I was like, dog, you can't use that language. And he was like, oh. And so I found out who it was.
Wow.
Screenshot of their profile. And that's back when I was a little more wild than I am now. And I was just like, you can't do this. And I think we only had like 800 members back then. Mm-hmm. And right now, we're 5,700 something.
That's pretty big for a town that has, it's obviously Butt Hurt Owens Valley, which is bigger than just Bishop. I would say most of the members are probably in Bishop, but inside city limits, there's 3,500 people?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So to have, 5,700 people on the entire Owens Valley following, tracking all the dirty laundry.
The dirty.
It's a pretty good amount of people.
And I have some insights right here to the age group. So most of the people who are members are in between the ages of 25 and 34. And how old are you, sir?
I'm 33.
Oh, man, 33. That was such a great year. That's like when I was just in my prime, bro.
That actually brings me back to another question for you personally, because I was wondering what it was like watching grass grow and develop on Earth.
Come on, man. I'm 45, dog.
Ooh.
Yep.
You're almost done.
I'm going to be 46. It's a weird thought, dude. It is a weird thought that I have been on this planet longer than I'm going to continue to be on this planet.
Well, you don't look 45.
Thank you.
I'll put it that way. You look more like 65.
It's all that clean living that I did for all those years of my alcoholism. I'm sober, y'all. I am sober. Thank you. Yeah, bro, I was an alcoholic for a long time. And a lot of people don't know because I hid my alcoholism so well. But I lived up just because where I was at in life wasn't a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm going on 9 months. 9 months will be next month. My sober date's the 5th.
Okay.
So July 5th is when I took back my independence of who I am and what I want to become. And, every day working towards that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I just ran into another friend of mine. We won't say his name just to, protect him and his privacy.
For sure.
He just recently woke up one day and he was like, I was just done. And I was like, well, what, because a lot of the times with people that either were alcoholics or drank too heavy or binge drinkers or whatever they may be, it usually comes from a place where, it got so bad where I would have to wake up in the middle of the night to have a drink, or something really bad happened, got in a bad car accident, whatever. Whereas this guy, he just was like, I just was just over it one day, and he goes, and I think it's working so well because nobody pressured me into not drinking anymore. Right. And so he's like, I'm not rebelling against anything. He just quit.
Yeah, very similar. Truth be known, I hated being intoxicated.
Right.
I hated it, but I was chasing a hangover because my hangover was I was a fifth a night guy.
Wow.
Right, and I wouldn't drink during the day. I would stay sober. Occasionally, when the hangovers were bad, I would have to start my morning out just because of the heart palpitations. That's how bad it got, dog. I was scratching. I think I was almost 280, and I have lost a ton of weight, and I'm continuing on my diet. Trying to become the old me, better me. But it was bad, dog. And I hated being drunk, but I was literally just chasing that hungover. Yeah. So when I woke up after 4th of July, had the cops come because I was just my youngest son brought one of his friends over, and I was just being dumb and trying to show off. So I took the mortars, bleep that. I took some fireworks out and launched them. And they're the ones that might go up in the sky and might make a really big boom. Yeah. Allegedly. Mm-hmm. And I got 4 off before 5-0 showed up.
Yeah, I remember that because I was right around the corner from you.
Yep. And dude, Bishop Police Department, thank you so much, man. You guys do such a killer job. It was confiscation only. I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, I dodged a bullet with that one. Because of alcohol. I was just acting a fool, man. Right. When you have your inhibitions lowered with that, it's bad. It's bad.
So, James, there actually might be some people tuning into this podcast that have no idea what Butt Hurt Owens Valley even is. We can go over some of the rules and whatever, but what is it, the purpose of the Butt Hurt Owens Valley?
So that's getting back into that quick story that I touched on of Scott making that this Butt Hurt Owens Valley, right, about where he used to live in Vincente's, and this is a quote unquote, and I've left this from Scott's words. Butt Hurt. This is an open forum for free thinking individuals. What are you butthurt about? What grinds your gears? This is a place to be butthurt about it. This is a lightly moderated forum discussing the things that make us butthurt. Everyone in the Owens Valley over age 18 is invited. There was only 2 rules back then: no nudity, no racism, which means blah 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 blah. But yeah, it's just a it was just a place to vent of like what makes you mad. You know what I mean? And like there was no real open place to do that, like a public forum.
Right. So it's almost like a soapbox. It's
It
a
is.
digital soapbox.
It's
Is
a
what we got
digital.
going
That's a
on here.
great way to describe it.
Right. Yeah, 'cause, I mean, free speech is awesome. One of my favorite things about Butt Hurt Owens Valley is when somebody just shoves their foot in their mouth, and then the entire community just comes and just throws them under the bus.
Especially when they're
and makes
righteous
them
about
look
it.
Oh yeah, and when they're so convicted about something that's so
Right.
stupid.
Right.
Those are my favorite posts. I can't
I agree.
even express to you enough how much I absolutely love it when that happens.
I absolutely
Because
agree.
the people will just throw them to the wolves.
Oh, dude.
It's so funny.
It is. It really truly is, man.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea for
Segment?
for a segment later on, and as we do more episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
We could have people that just completely put their foot in their mouth, and just we can just DM them and see if they want to come on the show and
absolutely,
redeem
man.
themselves.
Absolutely.
That'd be really great.
Yeah, I agree. We definitely have to. There's now that you're a moderator, you're probably going to get a lot more messages. He is a moderator, folks, brand new today. You're going to get some messages now. Handle them appropriately.
We'll see if I read them.
Dude, a lot of times I don't because they come up on the screen, and I can get a quick, and I won't even touch the app because then it'll be like, I read that,
Right.
and then they'll want a response, and I'm like, definitely not.
I'll just send everybody back and just say unsubscribe.
But yeah, so the membership, we talked about that real quick, and then I have my insights right here. So we do have 5,751 members, which is amazing. Thank every single one of you guys for coming. We have this week 1% growth because if you don't answer those rules, we're not going to approve you. It's really easy. Rules. You have to agree to the rules. It says, do you agree? Like, are you over 18? How did you find this site? What are you going to do if something on here offends you? Like, those are the 3 questions, and then do you agree to the group rules? Mm-hmm. And the what are you going to do if something offends you was important, and that added to the no messaging thing. Because if, for years, report it, you didn't make it in the group. If you put report it, it's not going to make it in the group. Because 90% of the time that report came to a message to me personally, and I don't have the time for that. But now it's like they flag it. You go over it. You can talk to the accuser, the accusee, get the sides, figure out if we do need to pull it or not.
Yeah, because there, as much as we do enjoy free speech and stuff, we don't want that to be. We don't want it to become a problem for somebody in their personal life.
Yes.
If there's something we can do to help somebody out, then there's no reason why we shouldn't.
Right. I absolutely agree. With
There's
that.
actually, I'm sure, a lot of people know about there's been a couple of posts these last couple of weeks about specific businesses, specific people.
Yeah.
And one thing we will do on this podcast is anybody who posts on here automatically becomes a public forum. But I think what we're going to go ahead and do is if we're going to talk about a specific post, especially if they're accusing somebody of something,
we're
just going to keep all the names out of it.
Yep.
And then obviously it's there. So if somebody wants to see it, they can see it.
Yes.
But we're not going to say it. There's no reason for us to do that.
Right.
Because what's interesting is the meat and potatoes of it. It's the story that happened, not the names of the people.
If it's hot tea, bro, we have to spill it.
We have to.
If it's hot tea, man.
What else are you going to do?
You have to spill the tea, bro. So of the 5,000 plus members, 5,700, whatever it was, we have 4,487 active members. And the most popular days of the week is actually a Wednesday. How about that? That's wild, man. And then there is some people I want to give a shout out to. Chris Leonard, 14 posts. Like, the guy's crushing it. He does a lot of good things. His posts are amazing. He really is community minded, which I am. Like I said, I was born and raised here in Bishop, and this is my town, man. And I wanted to create those rules to keep this as just not a burner. Like, don't Photoshop dicks in people's mouths, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it was, man. It was wild.
Well, and honestly, that's not even good content. Like
it's so simple. That's low hanging fruit.
It's
Your mom. Oh yeah, your mom. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
very
get out of
your
town,
mom
bro.
joke-ish.
Yeah.
So do you have the statistics on there for the most popular post or anything like that?
I do.
Or the most comments on and what post that was?
Yeah.
You got the most comments? Why don't you go ahead and read that one?
I will get to that, but I think it's time for a break. Let's showcase our sponsors. Speaking of, if you're interested in sponsoring this podcast, and I have a couple that I'm gonna mention out today. Shout out to Manor Market for sure. Shout out to Glam Plug. Love you, Heather. Love what you do. And Eastern Sierra Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. My homie Ruben pulling through, getting the community safe with. Teaching the kids, teaching the adults how to protect themselves. You know what I mean? But if you want to
dangerous town.
Dangerous. Bishop
Like
can
Wild West out here.
I have had a gun pulled in my face in Bishop.
Well, that probably has more to do with your life choices than it does the area.
But if you want to become a sponsor, man, reach out to us, and then you can do Patreon. And every sponsorship, every dollar is going to go directly back into our podcast, whether it's for producing because this isn't free, or to the giveaways because I'm working on getting back into those giveaways. The money that was generated from the football pool, I had some people approach me. And it was a very quiet giveaway. I believe I had $2,800 to give away. So I did it in $400 increments to some families that were really in need, very modest people. But that money went to a good cause, and all money is going to go to a good cause. So we're going to get to the juicy posts, the most rated posts, right after this commercial break. Yes, sir. So,
All right. Let's get the juice on these guys.
Are you ready? So, I mean,
So how is it broken down? Is it broken down to the most comments, most likes, most reactions? How does it break it down?
So
before we start reading the post, how is it broken down?
So what I have here is on my, and hopefully it's going to be on your end, is growth, engagement, and membership. And then you scroll through, you see the growth, like we talked about, the time, how many posts, how old the kids are, people are. No 18, like 18. I'm going to fine you if you're not 18. And I have found some of you who are not 18. And if you lie to me, like a couple people have, you're banned for life, man. You cannot come in here. Banned for life. And it's unfortunate because, like, there's some of my friends' daughters and sons.
Right.
And and I know you're not 18. I know they're not. And they're like, no, yes, I am. Okay, well, you just lied. Bye-bye.
And then they're just banned for life.
For life, dog. Yeah. It's not worth it, man. Just wait that year. Or 6 months, or 2 years, or whatever it is. That is worth it.
Yeah.
That is, you can still get the tea. You can look at your mom's phone. Y'all do. But anyways, yeah, it's 18.
Don't look at your mom's camera roll.
Yeah, man, don't swipe on the camera roll. Don't. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do have your parents' phone, don't swipe on the pictures, bro. You never know what's going to be in there. Trauma is a real thing, and you might end up in therapy for that. But how it's broken down is the top posts, and then it kind of tells me who they were, and it doesn't show me the comments, but I have the top 5 in the last 28 days.
Cool. Let's get into it.
So
does it show you the actual post? Or
it does.
Who did
It shows me the actual post, and I'm going to read this one. Butt hurt that people still think it's okay to bring their dog into Vons while they shop.
Oh man.
Right. So
I saw that one on here, and I know that a lot of different people are gonna have a lot of different views on this one.
Right.
Let's see.
I understand where this man is coming from. While they shop, and it runs around on top of the checkers self-checkout line, Like you have to be just like children, you have to be in control of you have to be in control of whatever you're bringing into the environment. If you have a wild ass dog, that thing
including your bowels.
Yeah. Oh, first and foremost, don't be farting in the aisles, man. I hate walking through crop dusting, bro.
He did it.
Like, do that outside first. Like, break your wind outside like a gentleman. And girls, I know it's just a magic little fluff, but do that outside, not by the vegetables. But I have dogs. You know what I mean? Like my French bulldogs. I love my dogs, and I have brought my what's the word I'm looking for? They're just good dogs. You know what I mean? They're not wild. They're well behaved dogs, like Olive and Louie. I've brought them both into Vaughn's. I would have to say 99% of the time, people enjoy engaging with my dogs because they're French bulldogs. They're great to look at.
Oh yeah,
flat face,
cute as a button.
Big, especially Olive. She's just a sweet baby girl. We got her cherry eye fixed. Poor girl had cherry eye since 6 months old. So brachycephalic dogs, pressure builds up. Their tear duct actually pops out of the corner of their eye, and it's just not fun.
It's got to be kind of painful too.
And then shout out to Beyond Basic Frenchies. Thank you so much, Katie. She actually handled the cost for that to get Olive's cherry eye fixed. She's a great breeder. If you guys are looking to get a French bulldog, hit up Beyond Basic Frenchies Facebook, and then you can have one of Olive and Louie's relatives, brother, sister, cousin, aunt, uncle. But it's hard to say, like, definitively, I am with this dude, right? Like, if your dog is jumping around, jumping on the checker, you don't know if that person is thin-skinned. And I mean thin-skinned because me being as old as dirt, like, I bump my arm, dog, I get bruises. So, and people older than me, if that dog jumps up, it can cause a wound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and also, I mean, having a dog that's jumping on countertops, a dog that's, and you know what? I'm going to even go as far as this. If your dog is really well behaved, that's great. But I'll tell you what, if you don't brush that dog and it's shedding all over the place, that's nasty, bro.
It is.
That's nasty.
It is.
Take care of your dog. Take care of your animals, man.
Yes.
As you would take care of your own kids, and then if you have a service dog, obviously you can take a service dog you can take him anywhere, basically.
My first Frenchie, the dude, I made him a service dog.
Right.
He went everywhere with me.
Yeah.
He was my road dog.
Service dogs are great.
123 comments on this post. 93 likes. Most of them are thumbs up, and a lot of them, there is no care. There's no, I care about this. There's no heart. It is thumbs up or laugh emojis. So one of the members said it's worse when they put the dog in the shopping cart. Nobody wants your dog's ass juice in the cart where their groceries go.
I agree with people that have smaller dogs and they put them in there.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I absolutely agree. So,
and sometimes you see, like, especially older women that will do this. And it's like, hey, if your dog is old and can't walk, get its own separate stroller. Because I agree. Who wants dog booty juice in their... I mean, we all use those carts. And it's not like they're getting pressure washed every day.
Well, and I know a couple of my friends that are just really allergic.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because I have a cat, a wonderful cat. I have 2 dogs and a tortoise. My tortoise, people aren't allergic to tortoises that I know of. But
it's probably possible, but I don't know if anybody.
I have a homie that if he comes in my house, he's red, swelled up, can't breathe.
Right.
And even sometimes, like, we dap it up, or if something's going on, I give him a big hug. Like, he'll sneeze afterwards
because it's on your clothes.
He's that allergic to pet dander. Yeah. So I mean, I get it, man. Like,
yeah, and you got to be respectful of everybody in common areas.
Yes.
It's not like. Let me put it to you this way: if there's a certain place where I don't care for the environment, I will go out of my way to not go to that place, right?
100%.
But the flip side of that coin is, we live here in Bishop.
Yeah.
The biggest place to shop here in town is
the box store. The only one.
The only box store we have. Yeah. There's only one of them.
Yeah.
Right. So since that be the case, you have to make that place comfortable for everybody who goes there.
For sure.
Out of respect for everybody, out of even respect for yourself.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, if I had a misbehaved dog, I wouldn't want people to know about it, so I wouldn't take that dog nowhere.
Right. Especially if that dog's jumping up, man. And like, if you're a member and that's your dog, like, come on, bro, you can do better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. What was the how about the second most popular?
That one is actually mine.
Nobody cares. Move on.
Right. it's a lot of people don't know about this about me, and I want to get this out there. But I give like if you're hammered, reach out. Typically, I stay up to like 1 or 2 in the morning. I'm a night owl and I'm sober. And if you need a ride, like 100% message me. If you don't know me, message me because I'm going to get you home safe. Right? As long as you're not an asshole about it or puking my ride, like I'm gonna get you home. Like 100%. I have lost a family member to a drunk driving accident, and like I miss Bobby Lee every day. He was a wonderful human who lost his life at a very young age because of alcohol. You know what I mean? So, like that's a post.
I've seen you post about that a couple of times.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool that you do
Thanks,
that.
man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it for anybody. So it's really nice. That,
bro, like a lot of
really nice of you.
a lot of the people who
Don't message me. I'm telling you right now. Don't do it. Call somebody who cares about you.
I care about you. This face right here. That face doesn't care. This face right here, I care. But like I get tips, you know what I mean? And like I'm never gonna ask for a tip, but
Right.
like drunk people tip well.
Oh yeah.
So they tip very, very well. This one is another canine issue, and I am very butthurt and cannot understand why people have dogs and they either abuse them or abandon them. This dog is beautiful. All dogs are beautiful, loving, loyal as F. It breaks my heart to see this beautiful husky laying on the floor in our motel room because... Sorry, guys. I'll get back to that post. It breaks my heart to see this beautiful husky laying on the floor in our motel room because some woman left him here with no food or water.
That was that really pretty husky. Yeah.
It's a cute dog.
Dude, I'll
man.
tell you, while we're on the subjects of dogs, man, with the dogs in the grocery store, dogs being left anywhere, man. But like
It's a prisoner.
And you know what? I hate to play devil's advocate here. But
Please do.
I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. At least the owner left him where somebody would find him,
Hey.
and not in the middle of the desert.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that I like this person. I think they're a good person because
Right.
they're still a terrible person.
I feel you.
But at least the dog was left where it could be found.
For sure, bro.
And so, shout out to the person that I read a bunch of the comments, and the person that originally posted that
Yeah.
did a bunch to take care of that dog. And I don't know if there's any updates on where the dog wound up or what. But the good news is our shelter here is a non-kill shelter too.
Yeah.
So even if the dog did wind up at the shelter here, the shelter is pretty good with the animals there. So
Yeah.
as far as I know, I know that there's been different stories, but I don't know for sure. So.
And adoption is important, and that was another post that we did gloss over really quick was the post about neutering and spaying your animals.
Right.
Like
yeah.
if you're not breeding them, and like you shouldn't breed them, and this is it's not a slight to breeders. If you're not a backyard breeder just doing it for money, because there's some people who do that in Bishop. They just let their dogs, and then cha-ching, 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 and that's not what those animals are for.
Right.
Those dogs are our companions. They're there when no one else is.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's been so many times where I've been healed emotionally, coming home in a bad mood, and then seeing my two funny faced dogs, and like I'm just like, oh yeah, everything's cool, bro. Like my baby girl Olive, just oh daddy, I love you. It's so good.
Yeah, absolutely. Dogs are, well, most animals, I would say most, because there are some animals out there that just are useless. But
Can you tell me a useless animal?
a useless animal?
Please.
Oh, dude. Birds. Dude.
I'm afraid of birds, dog.
Bro, like any of them.
I'm afraid of birds, bro.
Well, okay, being afraid of them is one thing, but like, dude, there's a lady that lives next door to my mom, right?
Yes.
And dude, I think she has like one of those super smart, the brown
African gray.
African gray.
Yep, my uncle has him. That's a bird I'm afraid of. His name is Max.
Dude,
He knows I'm afraid of him. They're so smart.
this bird never shuts up.
Something.
No, he like Max. Max will. He knows I'm afraid of him, and he will come up to me.
Don't
I'm
show
like,
fear, bro.
I'm
Don't
like,
show
Max,
fear.
leave me alone. And he's like, he looks at me and he makes his little noises and he gets a little closer, and I'm just like, bro, I know you're gonna bite me, dude. And like he doesn't bite people, but I think he's gonna bite me. It's like I don't know. It's like I need to conquer it, go over there and just be pals with him because I'm gonna inherit that bird.
Well, he knows that you're scared of him. That's why
Right,
he
just
does
like
that.
dogs. Like I don't like dogs that look like Dobermans or Rottweilers because I've been bit by both, and I show fear towards those type of animals, and they know it. I don't like if they are black with the points. Like I don't like your dog. I don't like your dog.
That's racist.
You're banned from Butt Hurt.
I guess.
Oh man.
I damn
What happened
man.
with the bird?
Oh, just the bird that lives next door to my mom never shuts up.
Ugh.
Oh, and to make it even worse, look, the lady that lives there, I've heard, I don't know,
Sure.
that she's going through some mental stuff in her old age.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah, man.
But I'll tell you, when I tell you that every time I go over to my mother's house and I park in front of this lady's house, I get a note on my car. And I'm like, lady, this is a public street.
Yeah.
It is 9 o'clock at night. You know what?
She should be in bed.
Well, and then her and her husband.
She should be watching Murder, She Wrote.
Her and her husband park both their cars in their driveway, one in front of the other. It's like, look, if you don't want anybody to park here, park your husband's truck there,
Yeah.
and then nobody can park there.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, your mom lives in the same hood where I do, and I kind of understand that frustration because when people take my spot, I get mad.
Yeah, well, it's a bummer.
Right, but I
Same
have a
thing that-
I have a driveway and I park in my driveway.
Yeah, well, the same thing that happens in my house. My house, my driveway is only big enough for my girl's car,
Sure.
so I park in front.
And you got a long truck.
I do.
Yeah.
And then there's been a couple of times where I pulled up and there's been a car there, and I just have to park down the street.
Yeah, it
It's
is
a-
what it is.
It's a
It's not
public
far.
street, and we all have to deal with it.
It's
right?
not far.
Anyway, getting back to the original point.
Yeah.
Birds are useless.
Bro, hey, the bird thing, let's run with that because one of the posts was about the ducks.
Well, we still have one more dog thing to go over.
Oh yeah, let's hit that.
So, I mean, technically, coyote.
Oh,
There was a video circulating. It was on all the platforms on Instagram, Facebook. It was on TikTok or whatever the kids are doing nowadays, where somebody, these,
Flatlander.
we'll call them flatlanders.
That's not racist.
In all of their genius and glory, they're about as good with wildlife as they are with driving.
Yeah. Yep.
They decided to try to pet a coyote. Folks.
He was
now
saying-
listen, if you are from the Owens Valley, you know what a coyote is. You've at least probably seen one from a distance.
It's not domesticated.
Why would you try to pet a coyote? Can anybody guess what happens? Can you guess what happened when he tried to pet this thing?
Yeah, bro. He got bit.
Oh, he got bit hard. Actually, Jesse Steele is in the sound booth right now, everybody. Could you clip that video for us and show these people,
it's
just in case they
so
haven't
good.
seen it? I mean, it's completely brilliant.
It's
So we're going to check that out right now.
It's Mammoth in a nutshell.
Come here. It's cold, I know. You're freezing. Got a lot of fur, though. Ow! Mother... Ugh! Son of a bitch got me. Ow! Goddamn coyotes.
Oh, my God.
Bro, he bit him.
Oh,
I don't really remember the video because I haven't watched it recently, but I didn't see if it drew blood, and I hope it did.
I don't think it did, but... so there was a post about birds, ducks you were talking about.
Yes. But back to let's not gloss over the stupidity it takes to not only be able to identify a wild animal, but then think it's cold, right? Because it's like, oh, I know you're cold, buddy. That dog is not cold.
Dude, that's its natural environment.
Right.
Like,
And-
what are you joking?
Well, and then even domesticated animals. You see those videos of the huskies, of the Burmese mountain dogs, like the owners being like, "Hey, dude, you got 6 inches of snow on you, Buster, come in." And the dog's like, "Huh? I'm not gonna come in."
Right.
And he's just in snow. That's where he wants to be. That is not abusing your animal. That is where that animal. That's his element.
Right.
Right. So that's where it wants to be. It's a wild animal. It's not cold.
No.
He doesn't need to be brought.
And if he was cold, he's a wild animal that's more than capable of finding where it's warm.
It's got a den.
he knows how to get there. I'm sorry, I'm assuming the gender of the coyote.
Yeah,
But
it.
It knows where to go to stay warm.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. I'm just picturing that dude getting bit and being like, I know it's cold, buddy. I know it's cold. Like,
why would this wild animal bite me?
God, dude, that's mammoth, bro.
I don't understand.
Dude, I was so happy when that thing bit him. I'm very sorry if that sounds rude, but
it's not.
It made me laugh.
I'll tell you what. If there were more consequences for people's actions, there'd be less people on this planet.
Bro, it's
Less people to do them.
yeah, like it's yeah.
Well, you know what it is.
The stupid gene.
It's when stupid people procreate.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
The stupid gene. It's not like keep the fire lit and poke things that are trying to kill you with a sharp stick.
Right.
It's like the stupid gene. It's in all of us. I have some of the stupid gene. I'm probably 98% stupid, but
would you pet a coyote?
hell no. But then again, me being a hunter, I have never shot one. And
You never shot a coyote?
I'm not against, and this may stir up some feelings from our some of our members. I grew up, poor here in the '80s before hunting became an elitist sport where you're wearing your $400 Kuiu jacket.
Right.
Yeah, bro, you could like suck it. And if you wear Kuiu and you could afford it, shout out to all you guys. You're balling. That's dope. But back in the day, shells were cheap. You know what I mean? You can get a tag every time. And I got my hunting license at 9 years old because it helped put food on our table.
Right.
You know what I mean? We grew up poor. Like that's before my dad had Trolls Concrete. We were dirt poor.
Right.
My mom, she worked 3 jobs her whole life until she got her bachelor's degree and went on into human resources. But like I hunted because not only did I hate birds, right? not only hate birds, and we're gonna roll that right into the duck post, but it provided food for us too.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but you never shot coyotes.
I won't shoot. It's a dog, man. Deep down inside, it's like I love dogs so much. I have a hard time, and I don't know if I'd shoot a mountain lion.
See, I would argue that deep down inside, dogs are coyotes, not the other way around.
Ooh,
Yeah.
well, that's true.
So I'll shoot the shit out of a coyote.
Some more than. I've never.
Keep your dogs inside.
It's hard for me. And dude, there was this is not a butthurt thing, but there was a post today on the fishing game website that there was a mountain lion attack in California. The mountain lion attacked, I believe it was 3 people. 1 person died, 2 people injured.
Yeah.
Mountain lion.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh, dude, there's a guy that shows videos to one of my buddies all the time. He has ring cameras and stuff. He lives out in Rovana.
Yeah.
Dude,
Big Pine too.
Dude.
Here on the res.
Dude, this mountain lion, its back had to have been 3.5 feet tall
That's a big.
to its back.
That's a big kitty.
And I was like, I mean,
That's a big kitty.
what are you supposed to do?
We're
This man goes, I just make a bunch of noise before I open the door. I was like, good luck.
You're just alerting that mountain lion to where you are.
I don't think that mountain lion cares how much noise you make.
I don't. Yeah, you like bear spray something. What do cats hate? Water. The one because mountain lions they live outside. They don't hate water.
Yeah, I think your bear spray would be the best defense. Because
They have that badass new self defense. I forget the company. It shoots a 62 millimeter projectile. That's filled with mace pepper spray, and you can incapacitate an attacker or an animal up to I want to say it was 30 yards.
Wow, that's
CO2.
That's accurate for a paintball gun.
Yes, badass. Right, and that's what it is. It's basically a glorified paintball gun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were making those for law enforcement for forever before that stuff even came out. Just mace-filled paintballs, and they just used paintball guns.
Yep. But so let's get to the double dogs. Triple dog segment right there.
Yeah.
The
Dogs in the grocery store.
Yep.
We got dogs left at a motel.
Yep.
And wild dogs that bite people.
Oh, dude, got bit. I loved it.
I would love to get him on the podcast to see like what he was thinking. I wonder if we can find the If anybody can find the originator of that
Please,
video,
folks,
please send us a
please.
message. If we can find that guy and get him on here to see just how
would be
dumb
great.
he actually is,
That would be so.
that would be fun. I don't think
dumb he
he'll agree to
actually
it,
is.
but
Yeah,
might.
that would be a good redemption. That would be
that'd be great.
It'd be a good segment for redemption. But another one of the posts was about the speed check for those ducks that get hit on Hamby. So it's springtime; they're coming out, right?
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, I was with one of my girlfriends. We were on Main Street, and they crossed right there on Main Street.
Right.
And we were young, not paying attention. And my girlfriend at that time hit that duck. And we had to pull over because she cried for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. And she had a
sad.
she had a Volvo at the time. And that duck tried to fly away just at the last moment. Bam. I mean, a cartoon size ball of feathers came out. Oh. And that poor girl cried for a long time. But come on, man, if you're driving and you see that duck, let's put our phones down, especially because it is, springtime. The wildlife is going to be out.
Yeah, let's put our phones down. Let's slow down.
And right there at that soccer field, it could have been a kid.
There's exactly. There's kids, there's ducks, there's people with dogs. The dog park's right there. Let's just, everybody slow down.
Yeah.
Let's slow it down, everybody.
And those poor ducks, you know what I mean? Those two mallards were going to check on it,
What do you think they were going to do?
They were so sad. They wanted to make sure the little girlfriend was okay.
Yeah.
No, they were there to procreate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but the female was.
They were gonna fuck her again.
Yeah.
That's how ducks do it.
That's yeah.
So that's what led me into my hatred for birds, was because as a kid, growing up on Sierra Street. My backyard was a park. My grandma lived on 2nd Street right by the park. Grandma babysitted lost, and every springtime when I some of my very first memories are of just ducks just straight ganging another duck.
And they'll drown her too.
They pick her feathers up. It's not friendly.
Oh yeah, right after spring, you see all the female ducks.
So,
they got no feathers on the back of their
it
head.
still breaks my heart. I hate ducks, bro. They're delicious, and I know that because I kill them. But I grew up not liking ducks because they're.
They are
100%. It's not cool. Yeah, it's not cool. At least dogs and cats, they're oh, you like me, and a cat, hey, check my, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But birds, even all the other birds, I want to say waterfowl are exclusively the of the feathered.
Just waterfowl.
I'm pretty sure. And quote, message me, let me know if I'm wrong, guys, but I'm pretty sure ducks are the only.
Well, some insects murder each other.
Praying mantises.
Yeah, I think, and black widows do it too.
Black widows, jumping spiders.
Jumping spiders.
Yep.
Those are the worst kind.
I love jumping spiders.
Dude, do you take something scary and make it jump?
Yeah,
that's not
fun. I have jumping spiders in my backyard, and they're my friends, man. Those are some of the. I have to say they have to be some of the most intelligent spiders. I had this dude, and he grew up to be probably a little bit bigger than a dime, and he was there for at least 2 winters, overwintered there. I want to 1 or 2, and if it wasn't, it was his brother. But you can go up to him, and he would be right there, and I would put my little finger out to him, and he'd be all doop, and throw a hand up. And I'd be like, touch, and he wouldn't go away. And what I was doing in the backyard, working on my bush, my swamp cooler, if he was around, he would get closer to kind of see what I was doing. It was pretty neat, bro.
Was that when you were drinking?
No, it's not. I was. And
someone needs to Google how long jumping spiders live, because there's no way that this man had the same spider in his house for 2 years.
Not house, backyard.
Backyard.
I want to say it was a solid, and if it wasn't, it was the same color. Big. And I'm saying that because
for 2 winters, I had the same jumping spider.
Yes. I'm pretty sure. It was in the same spot, man. He was right there. So it could have been, it was the summer, he overwintered, so 2 summers. How about that? Because he did definitely overwinter in my backyard.
I think that's the same amount as 2 winters.
It has to be. I mean, winters and summers are only so long.
Right. I think 2 summers and 2 winters is about the same amount of time.
Solstices, bro.
Right.
Solstices.
Let's touch on something else here too. We'll take a quick break here. Just want to let you guys know, if you don't own a business, but you still want to contribute to the podcast or to Eastern Sierra Now, at all, you can go to patreon.com/Eastern Sierra Now. Look at that. See how easy that was? And you can donate $2. You can donate $2 million if you want to. That would be really mighty fine of you. But anything helps doing this stuff. You know, we got equipment, we got producers, we got people's time. There's a lot of stuff going on here that you don't even see, which would be really cool if you could help us out with that. Wow. You got your scratchers going when I'm trying to do an announcement.
I didn't think about that. Okay, I'm done.
No. Let's see what happens. Don't stop on my account. Go ahead. Now we're all going to take a minute and see if you win.
Yeah,
If you win, I get half.
This is definitely going to be a segment that I'm going to do. It's going to, like, if this is a big one, bro, like, everyone's going to be taken care of. So this is a $3 card. I bought it at Giggle Springs. I talked to Sarah. She said, shout out Giggle Springs, especially if I win. If I don't win, you have to cut this out. But I purchased these, and I'm going to purchase a couple tickets every week to bring in and scratch off. And that's just going to, if we win, the money's going to go directly to our show.
We're not cutting any of this out.
Cut. So I'm trying to figure out how this works. I've never played this prize box bingo. Prize box on any card, match all 8 numbers in the center square. Win the prize shown below. So I think
You're going to go with the top left, huh?
that's, well, yeah, we're gonna go. So it's bingo, and like normally, where's my bingo? I don't understand this one, man. I know it's not hard, but I don't know how.
Actually, you know what? While he's doing that, well, hopefully he wins because that'd be really great. Somebody posted on Butt Hurt not too long ago about, excuse me, a new California seniors renewing driver's license article, and which is something I'm very passionate about. I don't think old people should drive. So, and you know what? If you're judging me, you've been there too. You're going, what's going on here? And then when you finally pass the person, they're a 4'0" grandma that can't even see over the dashboard of their car. It's so annoying. But anyway, California drivers,
$20.
$20. Hey, I just won $10, y'all.
Hey.
California drivers age 70 and older face special conditions when renewing or applying for a driver's license. Senior drivers are required to renew their license in person unless directed otherwise by the DMV. They must undergo a vision test and pass a multiple choice knowledge exam. If senior driver fails the written test, their license could be extended by 30 days unless they retake and pass the test sooner.
That makes sense.
Now,
Want to guess how much I won on this one?
I will say this.
Double winners tonight.
Double winners
Double
tonight.
win first show. Double winners.
You won $5.
Hey,
Is that right?
Yeah, $25, man.
Hey! I will say this. I will acknowledge that a lot of, let's say, seasoned drivers
Good way to put it.
are actually more well-versed in the laws of the road, the rules, right? Like who goes first, who goes second.
So we gotta. How seasoned are they? Are they like over seasoned, or are they like perfectly seasoned?
Over season.
Over seasoned. So when they're over seasoned, they might not remember them rules, and I think that's what this is about.
That's true, and I agree with that too. But what I will say is the vision test, and I also think there should be a reflex test.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I've almost been hit quite a few times
Right. And
by
yeah.
guess who?
Well, I'm
Seasoned drivers.
over seasoned.
Over seasoned.
It's just like a salty, just old, crusty burn.
Because you could be considered a seasoned driver, right?
I think I'm perfectly seasoned right now.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, with me being 45, I think, in all honesty, I'm going to lay it flat out. I don't think kids should be driving at 16. I had no business driving at 16, bro. Like my brother had a 72 Cadillac as his first car, and he let me drive it when I was not of age. I had no business driving when I was 16. I got my license, Before I got my license, because I graduated when I was 17. I was gifted and I went into school early and graduated when I was 17 years of age. So when the rest of my friends were getting their licenses, freshman year, I had to wait until my sophomore year because I wasn't 16 yet. But they couldn't drive. They couldn't drive a manual transmission. So like, Truls, drive. And so I would drive them around. And you're just dumb, dude. You shouldn't be driving at 16. And like people could be butthurt about that, but I really think they should up it to 18.
Some people think that we should lower the voting age to 18 or 16. Yeah, I think we should raise it to 25.
Please. You're still a child, bro. Like, come on. You're
Like,
so
you can't even legally drink a beer yet.
I watched a TikTok and I know everything about the government right now, and I'm gonna vote for no.
Yeah.
No.
You have to get more experience.
Get a
under your
heartache,
belt.
bro. Like, go through a couple breakups. Like, you don't know a lot about the world. You're still so like, you know what I mean?
Get broken up with first.
Like a couple, like a really good heart, have a traumatic experience and then vote.
Right. Yeah.
So back to that. So my great grandma Fix, Grandma Fix with a bun. We called her that because she always wore a bun. Her name is Mary Fix. She lived to the ripe age of 106 years old. So she had just beautiful long silver hair. Came from her parents came from Turin, Italy, to Ellis Island, and she made it to Los Angeles. I think she was born in L.A. in like the 20s. So California native, but she got her license taken away at the age of 95.
Wow.
And why she got her license taken away? My great grandpa Fix, he passed away. She was alone in her home, and she still had to do the shopping, still had to go to the DMV. I think she was at the DMV or the post office. I want to say it was the post office, and a dude snatched her purse. She lived in Sancaster, so like it's not the coolest place to live.
Is that a slang for Lancaster?
It is. Sancaster, bro. It's like, man, it's right there at the northern edge of Los Angeles County where a lot of,
Oh God.
Bad people. And they preyed on her because she was like 5'2". Old grandma snatched her purse. Bounced, right? And she was very athletic. She was a gymnast. She was the first person to teach me basketball. She was very gifted athletically. I think I remember her being 80 years old and still doing a round off.
Yeah.
Like she was dope.
Wow.
But homie snatched her purse. She followed him into the parking lot. He got in his vehicle and hit the 14, and she followed him in a high-speed pursuit at speeds over 100 miles per hour. CHP got involved. Choppers were dispatched. So they got the dude, pulled her over. Multiple
Right.
CHPs were involved, and she ended up getting her license yanked because she was driving over 100 miles an hour at 95 years of age.
Wow.
But nobody died.
Did she get her purse back?
She got her purse back.
Hell yeah.
So the important part about that story is she did get her purse back.
That is important.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should go ahead and wrap it up for this week. I think the very first week went pretty good.
What do you think, bro?
That's awesome. Hey, I'm Chase Little.
I'm James Truls.
And make sure to check us out on YouTube, at youtube.com/Eastern Sierra Now. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff. It helps us grow as a channel, and it helps us put on more shows just like this. And please tune in next week where we will be talking about white privilege. I use it, and you should too.
Oh, shit.